Have you heard of my seasons method before? It's the way that I do less to sell more on Instagram. Sound too good to be true? Well, I've already helped over 30,000 students implement the seasons method into their business when it comes to their stories, their captions, and their reels. And the sales keep rolling in, all while they continue to do less on Instagram. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact Instagram features to use according to the season of business that you're in. That way you can get more results from your Instagram efforts without burning yourself out trying to do it all. Let's first talk about the season of visibility. When your business is in a season of visibility, meaning you need new eyeballs, new profiles over to your Instagram profile, and therefore your business, you want to focus on the features that do exactly that get your profile out there in front of new people. So here are 3 features of Instagram you can use to really drive more visibility over to your profile. The first feature is stories, but more specifically, tagging key accounts in your stories. I know I said that a little dramatically, but I'm going to say it again. Tagging key accounts in your stories is the best way to get shown in front of new audiences. So for example, what you want to do is shout out another account who's obviously not a competitor, but maybe someone in a similar space as you, so that perhaps you both have similar followers. If you're a yoga studio and there's a juice shop down the road, shout out the juice shop because you both have probably a similar audience and yet you're not competitors. When you tag key strategic accounts in your stories by giving them a shout out or just introducing your audience to them, on their end, they get a notification that you've mentioned them in their stories, and then they're able to reshare your story in front of their audience. This is key. This is how you get new eyeballs on your story that you created. So right now, I want you to brainstorm other accounts that are in a similar space as you. They're not competitors, but the two of you attract a similar type of follower, and write down all the account names of people you can think of who you could reasonably shout out in your stories and hope that they reshare your story in front of their audience. The second feature to gain more visibility is hashtags. Now hear me out because I know we've heard about hashtags for years, but hashtags have evolved over the years. Did you know that people can now follow hashtags? Hashtags have their own pages that people can follow. So this is why I recommend that you still continue to use hashtags in both your captions and in your stories. In your captions, you can use up to 30 hashtags, and I still do that. I use anywhere between 20 and 30 every single time I post. And in your stories, you can also share up to 10 hashtags. Now this feature changes sometimes, but it used to be that when you would go to a hashtag page, you could also see stories tagged with that hashtag. Lately, I haven't seen tagged stories, so maybe it's something that Instagram has removed. Maybe they're testing. Who knows? So when in doubt about using hashtags, still use them in your caption, and why not try them in your stories too? The third and best way to get more visibility over to your profile is, drumroll please, Reels. Simply by making short form videos, aka Reels, your account has the best chance it's ever had in years to go viral. And the goal here is not to go viral with your Reels just for the sake of being popular. The goal is to make Reels specific to your industry, specific to your niche, so that you go viral in front of the right people. I know some accounts that have stopped posting any other type of content and have just gone all in on Reels. Reels now have their own feed, so people can literally scroll just looking for Reels. And by the way, these are Reels from accounts they're not following, so this is a good way for you to get in front of other people. And Reels are also showing up on the Explore page. It's very clear that Instagram is loving Reels. So if you're needing more followers and more visibility to your business, make Reels today. The next season is the season of engagement. So maybe you have enough visibility, you have enough followers, but now you need some feedback from them. You need to actually know why they're following you. What are they most interested in? So when you're in a season of engagement, there are 3 features I love to focus on. The first feature is Instagram story stickers, but not just any stickers. I'm talking the stickers that Instagram has specifically designed for you, your account, to get more engagement. The poll sticker, the quiz sticker, the slider sticker, the countdown sticker. Sometimes there's a DM sticker. These are all ways for people to engage beyond just viewing your story. In fact, one of my most viewed stories was when I featured my new nails and I asked people if they liked them or not using a poll sticker. It didn't really matter to me whether people liked them or not because my nails already were done, but it was just so funny to me how many people voted, and then Instagram showed that story to even more people. It was bananas. So don't be afraid to invite your viewers to give their opinion on little things throughout your day, whether it's business related or not, but use those engagement stickers. The second feature that's really great for engagement is Reels. I know we've talked about Reels already, and Reels are a great way to drive new people to your profile, but they're also a fantastic way to connect with your current audience. Because Reels are most likely to be pushed out of any other type of content that you can post today, your Reels content is most likely to get in front of your followers' eyeballs first. So if you need to engage with your current following, make a reel and give them a call to action, whether it's built into your reel itself or in the caption. Speaking of captions, captions are the third best feature to generate engagement to your account. Now, of course, in your caption, you can ask people to like, you can ask them to comment, but you can also ask them to share your post, especially if it's relevant for other people, or even save the post, especially if it's great for future reference. The key here is to give your readers a call to action in your caption. So don't just write a story and leave it at that. Be sure to give your viewer or your reader an action step to take, whether that's to like, comment, save, or share. The next season is lead generation. So by now you have a good amount of followers, you know what they want and why they're following. Now you need to know who's kind of interested in your business's offers, in your services, in your products. You want to know who's ready to become a lead in your business. And for this season, there are 3 features I really like to use. The first feature is the poll sticker in your stories. I love the poll sticker, and here's why. I never give people the option to tap no. You'll never see no as an option in my poll sticker. Instead, the options are usually yes, and then send me the link. I always give people the option to press send me the link so that I can then follow up with them in their DMs and send them the link that they're asking for. Oftentimes, a link can be to an opt-in page, a waitlist page, a sales page. This is how you get your leads. Now, if you don't have a link to send people to, you can make that option something like tell me more. This is another way that someone can give you permission for you to follow up with them inside of the DMs. Tell them more about what you shared in your story and be sure to ask for their email address so that you can follow up. Another great feature to use to generate leads is the close friends feature on Instagram. I think this is a really underutilized feature, but instead of just adding your besties to the close friends list, what you can do is add your most engaged followers to your close friends list. You can share with them close friends only content, sneak peeks, or tips that only they're getting. With this type of close friends list, I'd consider every person on that list to be a lead. That way, whenever you're launching something new or running a promotion, be sure to serve your close friends first with first dibs content. Another great feature to generate leads is to use your captions, but this time in your caption, ask people to DM you a code. So you're gonna write out your story, you're gonna write out what you're offering in your caption, and near the end, ask them to DM you a code. You can make it up. It could be ABC, or it could be 3 red apple emojis, whatever you want it to be. But essentially, you're asking people to put their hand up. They're gonna put their hand up by sending you that code, and that code then gives you permission to add them as a lead, whether that's through your email list or a private list that you're keeping track of so that you can follow up with them when your offer is ready to go. Next is the season of sales. We're in business here. We are here to sell, so we can't be afraid of it. We need to embrace it. And there are certain features within Instagram that are amazing for closing sales. Here are some of my favorites. The first feature is the quiz sticker inside of Instagram stories. I love to use this when my promotion is running and I want to list out all the reasons why I think someone is being held back from joining whatever my offer is. So what I like to do is use the quiz sticker and list out all the objections, all the things that are holding people back. And then I ask my audience in my story to choose the one that's holding them back. After that, I'm going to look at all the responses because I can see who chose which answer, and I'm going to follow up with them inside of the DMs based on what they said. So for example, if they said, I can't join right now because your course is too expensive, I'm gonna follow up with them inside of the DMs and say, hey, I got your feedback, I really appreciate it. I want you to know that we just released a payment plan to make the investment a little bit more budget friendly. The second feature that's amazing for closing sales, especially when you're running a promotion, a launch, a flash sale, is going live. I think a lot of people underutilize going live, myself included, but I always go live whenever I'm running a promotion. I want to be in front of people as much as possible. They say that people need to see an offer between 7 and 21 times before they're ready to make a decision. Eek. So one great way to show up and talk about your promotion with a new angle or with a new light is by going live. Then, if your live is solid and you want to save it on your profile, instead of deleting it, you can actually save it and post it as a video that lives on your feed. Another fantastic feature I love to use to close sales when I'm running a promotion or a sale is direct messages. When in doubt, lead people to the DMs. So if I'm going to post a story, I'll tell people to reply to the story, and that will create a DM thread. I want to know all their questions. I want to know all the reasons why they're being held back. So in the DMs is often where those conversations happen. It's where people feel like they're getting a personalized response from me because they are. My team and I are helping them out inside the DMs. And this is truthfully where most sales on Instagram happen, in the DMs. Don't be afraid of them, embrace them. Now that you've learned which features to use on Instagram to get the most bang for your buck, I'd love for you to join me in my workshop on how to sell more by doing less on Instagram. In it, I'm giving you my secrets and my hacks when it comes to your profile and your content so that you can get the most out of your Instagram efforts. I'll leave the link for the workshop right below this video. To ease in revenue, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me for today's training. If you like this topic, I've got another one for you right here. Check it out. Let's keep this learning train going.